All right, my beautiful followers, good morning and welcome to today's class. In today's class, I want to take you through this device. This is called a float switch. This switch is used to control the water level or the fluid level. It could be water or any other kind of fluid that this can be used in. But in this case, we're going to be using water level. All right, so when the tank, let us use this as our tank. This is the water container. When the water level gets low, this is going to be pointing down this way. And when the water level is full, this is going to face this way. It doesn't do this on its own. It does this because this floats on water. So as the water is going down, the position will change until it points down this way. And then when water is being pumped into this tank and the water level is rising, it's going to rise with this device until it points up this way. Now, something spectacular happens inside this during this movement of going this way and coming this way. I'm going to show you what happens during this process. Now, this is equipped with 3 wires. These are the 3 wires. All right. Now, what we have is a switch like this. You have 1, 2, and 3. This one remains the common. This one is low level contact, while this one is high level contact. So what happens is that when the water level gets low like this contact connects to this place. And when the water level rises up to this level, this contact disconnects from this one and connects to this one. Now, there are 2 things we can achieve making use of this float switch. Number 1, we could achieve a situation where when the water level gets low, it will activate a pump, which could be a submersible pump that will pump water into this container. And then when the water level gets to this level, it can also disconnect this one and activate another pump, which is going to supply water from this tank to the users. So what we're going to do today is that we're going to make use of this float switch to achieve a situation where when our water level gets low, it will activate this pump to pump water into the tank. And as water level rises up to this place, when it gets to this level, it will shut down this pump and activate another pump here, which will now pump water out from this pump to the users. And as it is pumping this water, when the water level drops again down to this place, it will disconnect this one and it will start this one again. So let us do the wiring. All right, we're going to make use of this motor. This motor is going to represent the submersible pump, while this particular one is going to represent our surface pump. What this one is going to do is to pump water out of the tank when it is full. And what this one is going to do is to pump water into the tank when the water level gets low. So we're going to be making use of this contactor. All right, we attach it this way. We're also going to make use of this contactor for this one. We're going to attach it this way. So the first thing we're going to do is to connect this one to this contactor. So we're going to take this one and connect to the output of this contactor. Let us use this one. This one is a single phase, so we're going to just make use of single phase here on this contactor. So to do that, we need to slack out on this terminal, T1, and then insert this wire carefully, and then we'll lock it up. All right. And then the next thing to do is to connect this one to this place. So this is the wire. We're going to connect it here. So we're going to slack out on all of them. We're going to insert this one here, and then we'll lock it up. And then we'll insert this one here, and then we'll lock it up. And then we insert this one here, and then we lock it up. Why we do this one here is that this particular motor here is a 3-phase motor, while this one is a single-phase motor. All right. So the next thing to do is to connect our power lines from this main breaker to these contactors. So to do that, we're going to slack out on this one, insert our wire, and then we'll lock it up. Then we bring it here to L1. We'll lock it up. So the next thing is to pick up the second wire, connect it to our yellow phase, insert it here and lock it up. And then we'll bring it to our yellow phase, and then we'll lock it up. So the next thing will be to connect our wire to L3. We'll lock it up, and then we'll take this wire for our contactor, and then we'll lock it up. And then we'll lock it up. And then the next thing to do is to take another wire. We can choose our L1. We take it from here, lock this up, and then we take it to the L1 of this one because of this single phase motor which is connected through here. So we'll connect it this way, and then we'll lock it up. So the next thing to do is to go to our A2 terminals of our contactor. So this is our A1 and this is our A2 for this particular contactor. This is our A1 and this is our A2. So we could take this our A2 from here. So we'll take our A2, slack on this, insert our wire, and then lock it up. And then we'll slack out on this one also, which is our A2, insert this wire. We'll get another wire here, insert it here also, which is going to serve as our neutral. And then finally, we take it to our neutral block or neutral bar, which is this one. So slack here and lock it up. So this circuit is completed. Then this is the neutral of this particular surface pump. This is the neutral. It's a single phase, so it makes use of neutral. So we're going to bring it also to our neutral bar. So we'll lock it up here. All right. So the next thing to do is that we're going to bring the terminals of our float switch. These are the terminals. And I'm going to show you making use of our multimeter, which one is going to serve as our high level terminal and which one will serve as our low level terminal. So we've set this multimeter to continuity, and these are the probes of our multimeter. So this one serves as the common terminal of the float switch. All right. And looking at the position of this float switch, it is on the high level. This is on the high level because it is pointing up. So when I turn it down, you see that beep will stop. And when I face it up again, the beep will start. So this black is going to serve as our high level switch, while this blue is going to serve as our low level switch. This way is off, and when the water level goes low and this is pointing down, you are going to hear that beep. All right, so we keep this out of the way. Take this one out of the way, and then we're going to make use of only the wires from our float switch. So we're going to now get power on this one by connecting it to L1, L2, or L3, anyone we want. So but let us connect it to L1. We are going to take L1 from this place. So we can insert it here, or we can come all the way to our main breaker to take our L1. But for this particular class, let us just take from here for this training purpose. All right, so we're going to insert this here and then we lock it up. Okay, so this is our high level contactor. What this one will do is that when the water level goes low, this is our low level contactor, sorry. What will happen here is that when the water level goes low and this is facing down, we're supposed to have power connected to this particular power here from L1, supposed to be connected, to be present on this blue wire, which will go to A1 of this contactor. So I'm going to slack out on this and then insert it here. And then this is our high level wire, so that when the water is full, we have this power connected to L1 present on this wire, and it's going to energize this contactor. So we connect it to this A1 and then we'll lock it up. All right, so we are on the low level right now. This is our low level. So what is going to happen now is that when we have power present, this is the submersible pump that will fill up. This one is going to fill up our tank with the position like this on our float switch. So we're going to start with the low level. The water level has gone very low. So we expect that when we energize this main breaker, this low level submersible pump will start to pump to fill up our tank. So let us put on the power. You see, this contactor has energized and this one is pumping water. So while it is pumping water, this float switch will be lifted up by water, and as it continues to go up this way, this one will keep pumping until when the tank is full. This one is off and this one is on, and this one has started pumping water out to the consumers. So when the water it's pumping out starts to reduce on the tank and this one starts to go low, it will continue to go low until when it gets to a point, this one that supplies the outside will stop because there is no more water in the tank, and this one will start to pump water into the tank. Remember, this is our surface pump and this is our submersible pump. Now the water level is low, this one is pumping. When the water level is high, this one stops and this one starts to pump. So if you like this video, please let me know in the comment section, and if you have any question, also drop it in the comment section or send me a private message. And of course, please continue to follow me for more tips on power. Thank you very much.